There you go. Hey, Stefon, how are you? Good to see
What's
you.
up, big guy? How you doing?
Got my guy with me today too.
It's all good. What's up, little man?
There you go. There you go. Say hi. Hey, hey, I know you haven't faced Marlon Humphrey. I think you did face Marcus Peters when he was with the Rams, if my
Yeah,
research is correct.
yeah.
Um, just tell me a little bit about what you see and what you know of Marcus and what you've seen from Marlon.
Um, well, I know from Marcus Peters, he's been around the league since we came in at the same time. I actually played him in KC as well. He's been a hell of a player since KC. Plays the ball well. He has hell of a ball skills. One of the, I'm not gonna say few corners because nowadays they got a lot of them with ball skills, but he's one of the few that tracks the ball extremely well. Gets his hand on the ball. And then Marlon Humphreys is also a hell of a player, a guy that's he's so active around the ball. It's something that we've never seen as far as like being able to punch the ball out and strip the ball out. They got the most turnovers as far as any defense, as far as like forced fumble and something that you not only write down, but something you take pretty serious. So those guys, not only are they great corners, but they're guys that's getting the ball out, creating havoc for the defense and some playmakers. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for them.
I imagine it's got to be even more of a point of emphasis than it normally is to, hey, when you
Hell
catch it,
yeah,
you've been great at going down this year. You don't take a ton of hits in the open field. You
yeah,
go down a lot. That's even got to be more of an emphasis to make sure, hey, don't give them an opportunity, right?
yeah. But definitely you got to take in consideration because last year I put the ball on the ground like 4 times, and it's something that I try to correct this year.
Gotcha.
With the right approach as far as like understanding where you at in the field, and I was just, I'm saying, being careless with the football. So this year, it's probably something that they even talked about. Even last year, I had some fumbles, so it's probably an opportunity to get the ball out. I'll try my best to do, probably just try to be better at it this year, and not creating turnovers for your offense because it's hard to get the ball anyways. That defense is really good,
Thanks, Stefan.
no doubt.
Hi, Stefan. Rachel Lindsay from the Buffalo News. You're from Maryland. You're
Yes.
a team from Maryland for the first time in your career. You played against Washington before, but not against Baltimore. So what does it mean to you to play the Ravens being a Maryland native?
Well, it's the same thing I'm feeling as playing the Redskins because the Redskins Stadium is actually in Maryland. It's not in DC, so it's not too much of a difference as far as like going back to playing like a team that was around my area growing up. Um, it was just more so like it never ironed out that I ever got to play the Ravens, so it's not something that I'm like overly excited for just because it's a back home team. It's more so I'm just trying to win it just like every other game. But it's definitely something that I definitely thought about probably in my younger years. That hopefully I get to play the Ravens one day or something like that. But that's not something I think about at this point in my career. It's more so just trying to execute at a high level. If you asked me this my rookie year, I probably would have had a different answer. But I'm old now.
Hey, Stefan, Martins Johnson with ESPN. This isn't to call Kirk Cousins slow, but you're playing with a quarterback now who's a little bit more mobile. From a receiver standpoint, what's the difference between playing with someone who will stay in the pocket more and someone who will break it more liberally?
Well, it's more like different teams had different type of quarterbacks. That team was like run first and pocket passer. This team, I mean, he could do that as well, but it's more so on the move. He makes a lot of accurate throws out of the pocket and just running around. So it's just different QBs give you a different feel on, defenses or offenses on what you have to do offensively. I think anybody on any team, if a quarterback is mobile or not, he's gonna have to run at one point. So, if he is, you just got to try to be on the same page. And you see, Gabe Davis made a lot of big plays last week, and it was like scramble drill. And sometimes I catch as I watch film, I catch some of the TV copy on what they say, and they be like, "Well, this wasn't the actual play" or something like that. It's interesting to hear it, but for me, it's just you got to be alive at all times. And with a quarterback like Josh, you never know what's going to happen because you can see him throw off some big guys and shake a couple of defenders, and he can still throw the ball. So you never want to be out there bullshit.
Thank you.
Hey, Stefan, Thad Brown. I want to ask about the Baltimore corners and this defense in general. They force a lot of fumbles, but especially the corners, well known for raking and getting after the ball.
You missed that question earlier, huh?
What'd you say?
You
No.
question
You were asked
earlier.
about the corner, right? Fumbles specifically. That's what I'm looking for. Is that something?
You.
That's all right. Is it something that you have to be aware of that these guys are going to be going after the ball more so than other corners? And that I know you work on ball security every week, but is there something different you work on this week with it too?
Yeah. Kind of similar to what the first question was, but like I said, Marlon Humphrey is the best in the league right now at the peanut punch. He's done it extremely well. Marcus Peters definitely has some turnovers as well as far as stripping the ball, but it's something that you want to not only note but you want to be working on it in practice. Like as far as like just guys stripping at the ball and punching at the ball, because it's going to happen in real life game, and they've done extremely good. They've done extremely well at it this season, and even in the past, I think it's the previous year, not just this year. He had hella forced fumbles last year as well. So it's something that you damn near not only just take serious, but something that you need to work at, because it is a real life situation, and it's the playoffs. And as the playoffs, everybody know you're looking to get turnovers, you're looking to create ways and try to get ways to get your defense the ball. So something that we take it pretty seriously.
And then separate topic, a lot of guys have been asked about this, obviously, but have you played in the snow before, and are you looking forward to getting that chance on Saturday?
No, I'm not looking forward to it, and I haven't played in the snow. And if I do, hey, I just got to rock and roll.
Does it change things? I mean, have you talked to some of the other guys who have played and how it might affect how you approach this game at all?
Nah, I haven't. I actually haven't talked to anybody, and I haven't heard anything. So it'll all be brand new to me. I mean, I'm going to go out there and just do my damn job. I'm going to try to do my job to the best of my ability. Probably get some snow boots when I run the routes or something like that, but we'll see.
If they sell them with cleats, man, I'm sure you'll find them.
Oh,
I
man,
appreciate
I got it. No doubt.
Hey, Stefon, Mike Giardi, NFL Network. Just a question for you about Cole Beasley. What did you learn about him as a football player that maybe you didn't know coming in?
So like you're asking this question from the bed. Is this?
I actually, all the
NFL
kids are still
Network,
in school.
huh?
I'm in the bedroom, man. I gotta find a quiet space.
I got you. I'm just messing around. Cole Beasley. What about Cole Beasley?
Just, is there something you learned about him from a football perspective that maybe you didn't know coming in?
I mean, I've been learning from Cole since we were throwing in the summer. As far as like what kind of guy he is, what kind of receiver he is, and my respect level has been through the roof from day one when I see him work, when I see the confidence that he has, and his playmaking ability. He's a playmaker out there. He had like 7 for like, I don't know what he had, how many yards, but his plays were key plays, big plays to move us down the field. And I always say, like our receivers, the other guys don't get enough credit for the stuff that they do. You know, Cole Beasley is one of the guys that's been getting open for a very long time. And he's a hell of a player. As far as like everybody know, he was battling something a little last week, and he went out there like the soldier that he is and, fought through it. Fought through it with his brothers. He told me the week before it hurt him not to be able to play in that game, and that means a lot coming from a receiver perspective, because, you got guys who would have, sit it out or probably took a little bit more time. Hopefully we win the game, but he wanted to be a part of it, and he's out there giving it everything he got. So that just gives you more motivation as a receiver and as a teammate to be like, shit, he out there giving everything he got. I know he hurt, so you gotta do the same.
And on that front, how's the oblique?
I'll be all right. I'm always all right. I'll make a way.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Thanks, big guy.
Hey, Stefon, how you doing? Can you hear me?
What's up, bro?
Good to see you.
Likewise.
What does Martin Luther King Day mean to you this year?
It means a lot. Just like every year, I feel like it's a day that's singled out, just like Black History Month, and things that with everything that's on the rise right now and everything that's going on in the world, it's something that should be taken serious. I mean, in DC, he has a statue, so that's something that everybody should go see, or even take the time out to go check it out if they haven't already. And it's gonna mean a lot. Since I'm an African American, so I take it pretty serious. I actually went to school for African American studies in college with a focus of communication, so I'm big on all that. That's my personal life. You got any football questions?
I don't. I actually have another follow-up question about this. How do you hope the NFL continues to work with its players and its surrounding communities to fight to end racism, to put the fight to end racism on the forefront?
I feel like we took some steps in the right direction this year, as far as like not only just bringing attention in the initiative that they've taken. Hopefully it continues to grow and continues to push everybody in the right direction, because, not only with the words, but they fall in love with action. And, that means more than anybody is action. You want things done, you want things changed, and you want everybody to be on the same front. You want everybody to not only not take a blind eye to it, but not only acknowledge it, but what actions are you taking or initiatives are you taking to change the world one step at a time? So, yeah.
Well,
hopefully
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Hey, Stefon, Julian Pelusi, Channel 2, another Terp here. Hello.
How you doing?
That's a good comm program there. Another Terp in Buffalo. I actually, I'm working on a story here, and I talked to Coach Loxley this morning. He said if there's somebody that wants you to be your best, there has to be trust and a meaningful relationship there. Is that something that's helping you here, your relationship with Josh and the coaching staff and others here in Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of being around the right system for you, the right situation for you. And it's not nothing to say any situation is bad for players, but as far as like being able to grow in a situation and grow with some guys and, something that's in the best interest of yourself, and your career, I feel like it's been perfect here, as far as like with the people that I'm around, like my coaching staff, not only trusting me, but trusting that I'm a guy that they can lean on at time, not only just football, but as far as like leading guys and, holding people accountable and, knowing that I'm gonna do my best to be on my job, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm over here not trying to hold people accountable coming from a place of anything but trust and love. Like I want the best for everybody. And they see how I grind and they see how much I put into my craft that they respect me. And for me, that means a lot. That means a lot for me. And like as far as like being with Josh and it's and we all have jobs in the world, right? Like everybody has a job in the world, and everybody like you like your job or you don't like your job. Everybody can agree that you like your job a little bit more when you're working with somebody that you love or somebody that you appreciate to an extent. Whereas though you'll do anything for them, and not only with job, but that's how I feel about Coach Chad. Like my position coach is a guy that not only take care of me mentally, but put me in the right space physically, get me ready to go, give me that positive energy. Just being around those guys and my guy, Coach Dave, I don't like talking about him too much. People talk about him enough already. But just as far as like the time that I spend with those guys in the building doesn't feel like I'm at work. It feels like I'm doing what I love. It feels like it's natural, and we out here just trying to get better each and every day, and we're trying to get wins on Saturdays and Sundays.
Bucks couldn't stop talking about Dable today. I feel that.
Yeah, enough of that.
You stayed home in Maryland, big program offers. You got that whole like DMV, UMV to UMD movement rolling. Clearly, home is important to you. You finally got a taste of Bill's Mafia here at the airport and in the stadium last week. Do you feel like you might have found your second home?
Yeah, I always said I'm gonna be in the right spot when God wants me there. You know what I'm saying He's always gonna put me where I need to be when I need to be there, and I feel like I kind of fit this mold. Like people don't always fit their surroundings or fit their community. I kind of feel like I fit it as far as like my passion for football and their passion for football and everybody being on the same accord. So I say I hope I found my second home, and I will say that they welcome me with open arms. Big hug to them.
That's awesome. And I know Rachel already asked you this, but is there any kind of extra sentiment playing the Ravens this weekend from back home?
Yeah, I ain't that kind of player. Like maybe in my younger years where I had I was drafted late. You know what I'm saying I keep a chip on my shoulder. A chip on my shoulder has always been there. But as far as like proving things to the teams that in my local area, that's probably more in my younger years. More so now I'm older. You know what I'm saying I've matured a little bit. I'm just trying to execute and win. So anything that involves that, I'm all for it. But I don't really get like that no more. Like, oh, I get to play the Ravens. I get to do X, Y, Z. Nah, I'm just trying to win. That's all.